All right, today is Monday. It is June 8th, and the market again is beyond words at this point. It's just such momentum and incredible follow through. I'm looking at my top gainers on Trade Ideas. Every stock here, usually the list will be, your top gainers, a few. I'm running down the whole list. It must be the way it's set up. I have over 50. The lowest stock's like 26.8, and you can go lower than that. And there's so many stocks over 50%. I'm counting right here, maybe like 30. A lot of these oil stocks, REITs. It's an incredible run right now. And it's um, pure momentum, pure bullishness. RSI on the SPY right now, 75.31, completely oversold, but it can stay oversold. It did this back in 2020, the end of 2020 for a while, made a little dip, and then January 2020, it faded sort of the end near February, and then we had the big drop off. So this is an incredible run. I don't know how long it's going to last, like this pace. There's no pullbacks right now. So any bad news, it might drop it pretty sharp, but there's not. So you have to play momentum here. You have to play what's in front of you as far as um, the stocks in front of you. Everything is incredibly ripping strong. They're getting very oversold. They're getting far away from their 13 EMA. Here is CHK Energy. 13 EMA is about 2286. It's all the way up to 69 now. This thing is run. It's insane. This is the 5-minute chart. You had a bullish move up 45, and it got to 73, then a huge drop, and then at 40 it held and back up to 68. The moves are incredible. I'm not going to get on the whole list. I usually get down a lot of the stocks. I'm just looking at some XOG. Look at this candle here. This candle takes over 75 to almost 175. It is a massive candle. Look at the volume too. And on stochastics down here, there's still room to run. Incredible. NE, Noble Corporation, this is at 73, big gap up, and they're gapping up huge. And look at the volumes increasing. That's, I mean, how long can this last? Like these moves of this percent, it's hard to tell at this point. Here's BOR. I've called this before too. Look at this. I called this when it was back at like 75. It's at 263, and there's still room down here. This is a nice wave on stochastics. I expect this to get to 38.2 retracement, about 366. This stock was at 9, almost 925, went all the way down. Look at this. It's still tons of room here. WLL. This is even ripping. This is getting towards this trend line. Val, everyone was over Val, and this put in 203 million today, and it ripped right towards the open gap right here. So, and in the 5-minute chart, look at this. You had a nice move, pre-market dip up, and it's going towards 230. It's still going here. Even SDRL is approaching. Watch for the $1 roll here. Hertz, they all knew about the bankruptcy. And right now, it filled the gap, we call that, and then it touched 6. Look at the volume here, 514 million. That is incredible volume. And I had this move here, 375, all the way up to 575. Give me 1 second here. All right, sorry about that. All right, Hertz. And look at this move right over 350 and climb to 575. Even a bankruptcy Hertz is moving. It's just incredible, these moves here. RNET, Rignet, 286 near 3. MITT, this is a mortgage REIT. These are starting to move now. This was like almost 17. Look at this candle. This candle takes 4 to almost 8 in one day with 30 million in volume. Look how this took off. And where could this go next? No one knows. Is tomorrow going to be another day, 500, 600? No idea at this point. This could keep, eventually I'm thinking it's going to go back up to the highs again. I don't know how long that'll take. It's moving very fast right now. Tomorrow I could put another big candle. If there's some sort of weird bad news, maybe this drops. You don't know. It's just very crazy times right now. CSU, Capital Senior Living, this is even moving. Everything's moving. Everything with a pulse in the stock market's moving pretty much. Watch this to fill the gap to 175. DNR resources, Denbury resources fill the gap. These are, you notice these patterns are all the same. Look at this move. This is NKLA. Incredible. HPR, even penny stocks, they're moving. This was a nice gap up. SPCB. GNC, look at this. GNC, 36 million. This stock was as low as 77 cents and went as high as 150. That candle is a massive, huge candle. And it's filling, this trend line is breaking. This is pretty amazing. And it's still room to run in stochastics. The 5-minute chart, just like really big volume in here. Institutions, they must be buying like crazy. Everyone's buying pretty much. CPE, look at this, gap up, crushing here, crushing long. FET, another one, $1. This is going to approach $1. This should easily crush $1 at this point. It'll smoke it the way we're going. JE, 8.5 million, this little penny stock. Look at this, broke 50 today. Look at this, man. This is going near 1 after hours. This is at 94 cents. It's continuing. This is such strong momentum in the market. What else do we got here? Loan, we called this right over 75. You watched my previous video. Crushed that. Even RDW had this move and bounced straight back. SPN on fire. IVR, Invesco Mortgage Capital. This is another one of these REITs. This was up near 18 and it went towards 182. This is a long way to go. This touched the 38.2, then bounced back a little bit. This still has room to run. Look at the volume here. Stair step, and it really crushed today, increased. My mind is blown right now. ENT is near 10. We call this out of the wedge. Look at this. See, this is so far away from the 13MA. These stocks are almost double from the 13MA, and probably even like their 50 moving average. It is pure momentum and madness. 9, look at that. That really moved strong, then pulled all the way back. This is oil and gas. ENOB didn't hold. Look at this faded pre-market. AHT, another one that really moves up to 175. OAS. Look at this gap, and these candles are like taking over the chart. That's how big they are, just engulfing everything. Michael's company is ripping. Look, this stuff was all the way towards like 26 channel. These stocks are really ripping up hard here. TAT. Tell. This stock was almost like 9, and it's at 1. Then it moved to 187 today. WPG's moving. This is a REIT, Washington Prime Group. Look at this. Came back 164. XAN, another REIT. This is moving. Last 3 days strong with the volume. You have next move will be 5. You have 38.2 fibs. Fossil, SMDL. This is a Sundance Energy Australia. 23.9 million, touching here to 23.6 fibs. USWS, US Well Services, that's moving towards 1. Watch the break of 1. Rig, we called rig the break here, fill the gap. See, when these are starting to move, you figure, oh, it's going to make a move here, fill the gap. It might take a few days. These are gapping hard. These are like penny stocks. These are moving like penny stocks, OTC stocks, which is incredible. And you look at the longer time frame, so they have bounced in this channel. It's a downward channel. This oil has been horrible. Now it's going here, but where's this going to end? Is it going to, touch, keep going on maybe that channel? That's a strong mover. Keep going. Who knows at this point? AEY. Oh, look at this stock. SMHI, Seacore Marine Holdings. The tightest wedge we call, and look at this. Look at the volume here. It just keeps going and growing. The candle's getting bigger. It's like a monster. And what was this at? 44%. This is Hall. This is financial services. This is start to get going here. This is up at 6. Getting very oversold. Stochastics. Doesn't seem to matter at this point. This stock has been incredible. PRTY. Look at this. This was at 50 cents. It went to 237. Now this one touched the trend line and bounced down, the longer term trend line. So this will be interesting. See what happens. CDEV, huge bounce up, came back down. Tail, but it's still bounced hard up. Incredible run, we've called that. PYX, ONDK, we call 125, 150. The trend line here, we'll see what it does in this 23.6 fibs level. REI is moving. QEP. Look at these gaps, man. These are such big gaps. You know they're going to come down. What goes up must come down. They're so strong. Is it going to be like a strong gap down one day, like a big candle? I don't know. This is insane. Acore, we called over the dollar break. TTI, this is could fill the gap here. Watch towards $1 roll. Even GPOR moved. I had GPOR and it didn't move, but look, like I said, remember the trend line? It held support at that trend line. That's why trend lines are very important. Trend lines, your 1320 EMA. Look at that massive move today. This took off too. PACD, big gap up. CORR, this is moving. CCLP, compressed out energy. Look at these candles, and they start to really take off, really. Just fill the gap too. See how the stochastic is getting from here to here, that move. Over here is oversold. It can stay oversold, but you usually don't want to buy oversold. You want to buy lower to higher. Even though it could do this, it could drift off that way and stay high. ZAG. This could fill the gap right here to 535. That's a nice open gap there. That is consumer, cyclical, specialty retail. What else we have here? LPI, we called that last night over that ascending triangle. Some of these calls are very easy. There's so many. So many. LPI, where were we at here? That was at 35%. SRG, another one, look at this. 1, 2, 3, gapping like madness. NOG, filling the gap. You see the theme here, filling the gap and gapping hard each day. So there's so many stocks. There's probably hundreds here. What else do we got here? Gold, this is airlines. And this is getting towards 50% retracement. See, a lot of these stocks from the drop, a few are still down to 23.6, some are to 38.2. These are rocketing back up just as fast as they went down. Now, after this move here, a lot of them did this. They triangle had a move, then sideways, then a move again. It was very slow. It wasn't that fast. And then now, last week and a half, everything's rocketing up. ARLP, that's going towards 5 with increased volume. What else do we got here? Tons of stuff here. PEI continues, Pennsylvania Real Estate Investment Trust. This has a gap towards 355. WMC, this is one, see, Western Asset Mortgage Capital. This is down here. This is still at the 23.6. So this was at a high of 1130 and then went down to 137. So this ain't even 50% back. Still at the 23.6. Look at the volume today, still moving here strong. I would look towards, once you get over 23.6, watch for the $4 move. See these candles here? That's the next, the bottom of the gap. And then next gap fill will be towards 5 in that 30.2 fibs level. So watch that on WMC. What else do we got here? There's so many. I can't even go through all these. It's going to drive me nuts. IVR. IVR had this triangle, and look at this today, 131 million, touched 38.2 fibs, and then came back down. This is getting near overextended. 76 it is, but we'll see what these do tomorrow. Are they going to put another big candle? It's tough to say here. Let's see what else we got here. Space even put in a good move. I told you trend line, it did hold. Starting to come up. It'll probably test at 20 soon enough. HLX. Look at this. Fill the gap here. It's approaching 61.8 retracement. HLX Energy. So this was almost at 10 before the drop in January, February. Now we're going down, and this one as low as $1. So the lesson learned too on any drop like this, crazy drops, most of these stocks from the coronavirus dropped huge, and you want to get in. You don't have to pick all of them. Pick one as long as they're not going bankrupt or anything, and hold, because this coronavirus, people thought the lows weren't in yet. All these experts. If you look, this is where technical analysis is way more important than fundamentals. Fundamentals don't mean shit half the time. Because if you have, like the 2008, 2009 financial crisis, that was different. If you look at the technical chart, that broke down. That was like this. The 20 went over to 13 EMA. And on the March lows in the SPY, we'll go right here. See right here, this was it just dropped. It was 20 over 13, and then it came back up. And if you look at the weekly and monthly, see the monthly here? It drops so fast like this. See how the 13 was still over 20? You cannot have a longer term sell unless you get a reversal here. The 20 would have to be over. That's why it was almost like a flash crash. It was a month, but there's no way it's going to stay down. That's why you have to look at long-term technicals. Like here too. See this? It went down, but it went down so fast, the moving averages couldn't catch up. They're the telltale sign. And right here, see this? It never went down. It never changed signals. Now look at 2000, right here, 2001. See this right here? It crossed over. 20. This is on the monthly. The 20 crossed over 13 went down. That was for about 2 years. And then 2008, right here, that was like July 2008. And see, you had a reversal. The 20 is over to 13. That is a true downtrend in the market, and it was down for months, and then it finally showed a sign right here, March 31st, 2009. This was a flash again. Here back in February, here back in December, and again you had this one in March. This is a broadening wedge here. You can have massive Massive reversals back and forth. The wedge is going to touch the top and touch the bottom. See, we touch here. Look at that wick. That is a buying wick. That is a bottoming wick. So the key lesson on a longer term time frame, you can take this on most stocks, most ETFs. The 13 EMA has to reverse. The 20 has to be over the 13 EMA. Just like here, 2000 and 2008. See, and then we're starting to make a move upwards, so we're so oversold. And then 2010, see it, middle of 2010, we started to reverse that, and then we came up. Look at that. See that? So this whole time, the market's not been a sell. You should have bought at the bottom. That is the key indicator to look for out of anything else. Just look at that. Just look at the reversal. And the weekly chart too. See the weekly here? We did cross over here. But we're so oversold, and it didn't hold. See it? Start to flatten out right here. Flattened out. And then you had a crossover right now. You're crossing over 13 over 20. Extremely bullish. Now what happens here? Do we get to the top? Do we double top and pull back hard? Not all the way down here, but a strong pullback maybe. Or do we go through and then pull back all the way to 340 and pause again? We'll see. But everything right here is extremely strong. The market is forward-looking, and they're saying next 6 months, even next year, there's going to be a vaccine, there's going to be this, there's going to be that. They're not even worried about the coronavirus cases or 40 million unemployed. It doesn't seem to matter at this point. So the market's its own world. That's what you go by. So nothing else matters at this point. So we have oil plays totally on fire. The REITs are catching up now. How about airlines from airlines, Hawaiian Airlines? That's coming back. AAL. Look at these have moved so strong. See how far away though? This is so far away from the 13 MA. It's like 22 to 13. It's way ahead of itself. That's the only thing I think, short term, I think we're going to get some sort of pullback here. I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, can we just keep going up like this? If we did that, the 13 days is going to be so far. Something's going to happen again. I'm not sure what, but that wouldn't make sense. And then some cruise lines, even NCLH Norwegian. Look at this here. This is riding up here. This is towards the 38.2 fibs. This is moving great volume. This was as high as 60, went as low as 767. So getting a good retracement here. All these stocks are doing this huge gap. It's like the reversal of this now. I want these to pull in. I don't want these to keep going like this. That if they did that, that would be probably the most shocking thing in the stock market since it went down like this so fast. Is going up that fast. I didn't know what that would mean. I don't know. There's got to be something happening in the news or something that makes this like drop. Maybe it'll go further than a huge drop because they're moving like penny stocks. It's unreal at this point. Let's look at even Campbell's. This is defensive stock, and this found support right here. Here's all the line. This found support. So I have 54 still. So this is like winding. This is making a nice move up again. That's even defensive stock. Let's look at the VIX. The VIX was even up today. The VIX is at 2581. The VIX moved 5%. And that was bullish. It's so odd what's going on here. It's incredible. TNA, small caps. This is gapping hard. Once this broke over 29 to 45, look at this. This is at 38.2 fibs almost. You have another gap towards the 50, which will be close to 40, 44, almost 45. This is getting way ahead of itself too. Look at this. This is extremely high. Needs to pull in. Nail did not make a move today. It moved down. It touched this level right here, which is 33.56. Coming off here. You still got 40. I love 40 here. It'll take some time. LABU. This is biotech bulls. This has been like struggling sideways. Didn't do much today. SPXL, S&P. This broke out, and this is approaching 50 almost. UDL. This is approaching 50% retracement. This is on fire. TQQQ continues. And this is at 91. This is above 61.8. I guess Wittes has it. Next will be about 75 retracement maybe. It only gives 100 to 61 on TC2000. This continues to move up. FAS, financial ETF. Even this is moving. Look at this. Huge gaps. Very high up. It's approaching 38.2 fibs. 50. This is getting ahead of itself too. Look at this. It's far away. 13 EMA is at 35. It's way above. See on the reverse here. See how below 13 EMA was here? It was getting too far below. That means it was way oversold. Over here, way overbought. So there has to be some sort of coming at this point. JNUG, not doing much. Hanging down, sort of getting lower. Nougat the same thing. It's higher, lower highs and lower lows at this point. Not doing much. What else do we have here? I'm looking at some more. Oh, Soxel. This is bullish semiconductors. This struggled today. See this formed this cross, and then it came down today. This is far away from its 13 EMA too. It's almost at 192, 50% retracement. So that's interesting. But overall, the theme right now, oil, REITs, even airlines, cruises. Let me see, DEFEN. DEFEN. This is defensive aerospace bulls. And this is at 23.6. This is room to run too. But this is far away too. Look at this move since May 14th. It's at 21, gapping hard. 13 May is way behind here. It's at 15. This is way ahead of itself. It's far away from its moving average. Just like this here. When this was at a low of 520, and then it was 15. So it was like $10 difference there. So this is at 15. It's almost $6, still a lot. You can see the space here. So anytime too, when you break a triangle, the trend line, usually once you come up, it'll test back, retrace. It hasn't retraced yet. So that's the scary part. It could keep going. These could just keep ripping each day until the market says it's not. And then puts in a big, probably I'll put in a big strong handle. Some weird bad news will come out. I don't know what. So that's the very craziness at this point. All right, so that's about it. Again, everything at this point, there's so many stocks on watch. Oil, REITs, airlines, cruises, everything in the market. Looking at my top gainers, there's like 10 over 100% today. And that was mainly oil, a lot of oil plays, drilling, anything associated with oil. So keep a watch after hours, futures. See what happens if they're going to continue to go up this point. SPY's at 323. I said there's a gap at 335. There's a space above. I think we're getting to, we'll fill that gap. I think we're going to just double tap 337. But at this point, there's nothing stopping it. So let's look if we get to 337.10 on the SPY. You might even go above that and then see what happens. See if there's like some weird news, double tap. But everything is strong at this point. So that is it. Please subscribe to the channel. And we'll be back tomorrow. It's been crazy. Please like, and it's crazy times in the market. Be careful with your longs. Don't go crazy because out of the blue one day you get smashed and you're gonna get torn apart. That's what the market does. Like here's MITT. Look at this. That candle is insane. It's even bigger than these candles over here. I mean, any day they can pull the rug and whatever, something's gonna happen. So if you're long and you're up here, be careful buying the high of the day or the high on these moves, these gap up moves. Careful on swing trades. Very careful. All right, that's it, guys. Please subscribe and like, and we are out. That is it. Peace.